When you think about happiness, do you think it's more about looking back, looking forward, a combination of both? Like, how do you think about it in your own life?
It's not looking forward and not looking back. Although we've been talking about nostalgia, which does make me happy, obviously, really happy. True happiness is being present in this moment. And your mind's not telling you, hey, you know what you should really be doing? You should be doing X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, you know, you should really go back. None of that. That monkey brain part of yourself is shut off, and you are fully present in whatever you are doing and content with that. That is the definition of true happiness for me.
We talked about this, being present in the moment.
I know. That clip was from our January podcast of the month, the Happiness Lab. We talk about it all the time. Are you present right now? Do you feel it?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, we often think about what leads to a happier life, but our next guest, Yale professor Dr. Laurie Santos, is here to tell us why we are probably actually doing the exact opposite of what should make us happy.
Well, the very popular podcast is the top 3 Apple podcasts, by the way, with nearly 100 million downloads. And the host is here again to tell us all about it. Please welcome Dr. Laurie Santos. First of all, yeah, thanks for having you here. I got to tell you, I was hooked in my bed last night. The episode about self-criticism, I felt like I was there in the moment and I needed all of it. It was so therapeutic. Did you ever realize in a million years that this would happen, especially after your happiness class at Yale, that you would now have nearly 100 million followers? And what was it about happiness that said, you know what, I got to take this to the masses?
I mean, it was so humbling. But when we taught the class, it went so viral on campus with so many students taking it. But what was interesting is it went viral off campus. Like, that's unusual for a college class when I'd be on like GMA 3 talking about it. But I think happiness is just that topic. We all want to feel happier. And I think so many of us don't know the right things to do. We're going about it wrong.
And we're just constantly looking. And I think a lot of us feel like more money would make us happy. You know, I certainly feel that way sometimes. What are some common misconceptions, I assume that's one of them, that you have found on this journey through finding happiness?
Yeah, well, money is a huge one. Every time I give my class where I say, hey, money doesn't make you as happy as you think, I have this long line of students who are going to argue with me, well, what if you spend a different way and so on. I mean, money is a big one, just accolades in general. You know, this is something I see so much with my college students, perfect grades, perfect job, and so on. I think our circumstances matter a lot less than we often think.
And how important is self-talk?
Self-talk is really critical, and I think this is one of the spots where we really get it wrong. We have this intuition that if we just like yell at ourselves, if there's this mean drill instructor in our heads, we'll perform better, we'll feel better, but the evidence just suggests that's just not the right path. We'd be so much better off if we engaged in self-compassion, right? Just, I'm human, I mess up too. That's actually the path to better performance.
So you've now been doing this for 4 years. So what are some of the biggest things that have stood out to you along this journey? What are the most happy people you've met do?
Yeah, I mean, it's not what we think, right? It's not, you know, the rich and famous. It's often people who are in the present moment, you know, taking time to just be. It's people who've kind of taken on these sorts of strategies. They talk to themselves with kindness. They kind of just engage in healthy habits, and they're less selfish than you think. We often think happiness is about self-care, me, treat ourselves. But actually, the happiest people tend to be really other-oriented. They're doing for other people.
And they're good to people around them. I always hear, you know, you can't make anyone else happy until you make yourself happy. Is that true? Is there some kind of fact around that?
Totally, and this is something that comes up a lot with parents. Every time I meet a parent, it's like, oh, you teach happiness? You know, how can I help my child be happy? And my answer always startles them. It's like, you got to put your own oxygen mask on first, right? Like, if you start taking care of yourself and your own happiness, often it'll spread to others, your kids, but also coworkers, people around you. It's a powerful contagion of happiness that we see in the research.
Dr. Santos, thank you.
Best friend right inside.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. The Happiness Lab is available everywhere you listen to podcasts. It is very good. Like you said, we're hooked.
Super good, yeah.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.